Hello beautiful Pisces, welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane and today I'm going to be doing a reading for you. I picked cards that resonated the most with me. I'm sure you guessed this one from last night. Angels and Masters, Ascended Masters coming in to help you. They were showering you with all kinds of love and support to let you know they were there. And I believe that was the one that really resonated with me. It always does. These are such special readings. When they send in love for you, Pisces, it's really beautiful. All right. So, here we go, Pisces. What were we looking at for energies today? First and foremost, I keep forgetting to tell you, but my mother-in-law gave me a series of tiny little angels, and this would be one of them. The one with the heart. You can see that? To put on my desk. I have different ones of different kinds, and I know they're supposed to be planted in gardens, so I planted them in my little flower garden here for you. Okay? They're watching over you with their heart. All right. Okay, what was apparent to me in energies, or what was discussed, Pisces, was the fact that we feel sometimes oppressed by the energies that are around us, without really taking into account that we have control over them sometimes. Example, social media settings. Sometimes we friend people and friend people and friend people. I think you can have up to 5,000 friends on your social media account. Let's say Facebook. And what happens is that you are surrounded by oppression and people who are oppressed. All of these 5,000 people can have all complete different points of view over a range of subjects. Just make yourself, or I should say, imagine yourself in a room. Close your eyes and imagine being with 5,000 other people and trying to make them get along. That is kind of scary, especially in the world today. Yeah, good luck with that. At one point, somebody will be at odds with each other, words will be spoken, people will be upset. Spirit came through, told me to go back to basics. Surround yourself with a group of people that are small and expand on it if you feel so. Make adjustments as you go. But by all means, get yourself out of a situation where you feel oppressed, and it's easy. It's called to unfriend, right? So a lot of us are dealing with social media situations now, less than people. Maybe not this group of people. This for anybody who's had that, to walk away from that. Yeah, look at that. Go on a new journey. Go on a journey of quality versus quantity, Pisces. Look at what people have to offer. It doesn't mean that you can't make friends with strangers, but that would be exactly what that means. Take a stranger and turn them into a friend, such as we have here. We're slowly and surely developing relationships, getting to be very familiar with, well, by now I'm sure you're familiar with my voice and my energies and the way that I work. And I'm hoping when the pandemic lifts and people are able to move about freely again without in fear of hurting each other. Well, let's not go overboard because they do that regardless. However, through the pandemic, I should say, that relationships will be forged and things will happen and people will reconnect with each other again. And that's what we're here for. So Spirit is reminding us that we can simply renew, grow. Okay? We can look at our social situations and reboot. And grow by just taking one simple friend or one simple stranger and making them a friend, and then letting that grow instead of having 5,000 strangers. So this was your example for today, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Absolutely. I know a lot of you says that you've already deleted, but they're not really talking about deleting social media. It is, in fact, and will be a great tool if you let it. It just needs to be shifted, pivoted into a different perspective. Quality over quantity. We've all been about quantity these days. Buy more, on sale, accumulate more friends, more social platforms, more. There needs to be balance. And a relaunching of those ideals. We need to help people find their way of finding quality and not rushing through everything. And I'm not saying you're going to find the perfect people. We'll always disagree with the people we know. But let's develop those relationships. Let's stop rushing through those relationships. It's important to build on something important. Oh, did my candle go out? Oh, see? Look at that. The wick was overwhelmed by the wax and put out the flame. Thank you, Spirit. Got it. This happened once in a while, but it's not always a sign. But in this case, it really is. What's happening is that I have to empty out some of this, and I will. And I will. I'm going to give it a break. Now, where to put this? Where to put this? I'm going to put it in another container that has wax in it. And then we can melt that wax later and maybe build another candle. Okay, nothing is wasted. I'm just going to turn it back on. There you go. And it's back. Yes, everything is a sign in my life. Every single thing. So here we go. Where were you, Spirit, before you interrupted me with an example? All right. It's all a question of thought to shift that. So this time you use your mind as a tool to find a solution to a better way of being in a social media atmosphere of any kind. Now, I had pretty much given up on some of them until I realized that I could develop a better relationship with a few people rather than a whole population of people that I did not know. That I saw post that was so negative and hurtful and not of my tribe, not of my people. Right. Go back to that, to what is natural to you, not what you've been dictated to do. This is a Pisces symbol, the page. No, that's a Page of Pentacles. It isn't the Page of Cups. Why am I thinking the Page of Cups? It might come out today. The Page of Pentacles is something new. But regardless, it doesn't matter. Go back to yourself. Go back to new. A new way of thinking. A new way of doing. A new way of growing. And that ultimately is us Pisces. It is the Page of Cups. To put our cups out, to be adaptable with the Two of Pentacles, to do something different, to get a different result. And that's absolutely what we're trying to do here. That's absolutely what they want you to do. Technology is not going away, and the social mediums are not going away. What can be done, however, is how we use them for quality instead of quantity. It keeps coming back up, but that really is the message, Pisces. They want us to help launch it, guide it, take the chariot in a very different direction to restore balance from oppression. People have too much. They have too much going on. That's why they can take a right turn. Oh, I didn't have time to answer you, or I didn't have time to like your post because, do you know how many people? It's become a standard excuse to get out of communicating with one another. That's why I'm letting you know now that when I put a heart, I really do read everything that you say. And sometimes I even go back to it and then comment. It's happened to some of you. I've put a heart and I've left it behind because I was doing something else, and then I've gone back and commented. It happens, but I'm trying to do it, and I'm trying really hard. As the channel grows, it gets to be, but I try to allocate some time to give to you. These giveaways are not just good for you to have fun and maybe get something. Not that you want anything. I know you enjoy writing what you're grateful for or what resonates with you. The maybe prize at the end is the bonus. However, it makes me accountable to being there for you, not just saying stuff and then disappearing. Okay? We really need to take time to reconnect. This is really what's going on here. This is the underlying condition that they always keep talking about, the stuff that they say they're at work with. This is what they're working with. We need platforms that really encourage people to reconnect with each other, not in numbers, but in quality versus quantity. Okay? It's a cycle. Things changing. The Wheel of Fortune is always about something changing. We go from the old, we walk away from the old, we launch into the new. Always. It's always been the way. It's important to be true and authentic with each other. Enough of this crap, of this Page of Wands, look at me, I'm pretty. I know it's kind of mean, but it's all so surface. And yes, it will mean that some people will fall on the wayside. Some people will walk away. But this will also encourage other people to find their own tribe, their own people, the people that resonates with them. Or if they're terribly negative, it'll make them look into their lives into thinking, well, maybe there's a better way for me to communicate with other people. How have I segregated myself from the entire world? What's going on? Why isn't anybody talking to me anymore? Maybe it's because I spout hatred every time I speak. It should, we intolerate so many things, and we think by putting our hashtag and standing on our soapbox for different issues, that it makes us better sometimes. I've done it myself. The thing about it is that it's very impersonal. It's easy to just throw something out there without really living it. You have to live your life. You have to live your life. You have to get involved in your own life. And I really believe that's where Spirit wants us to go. They don't want us to have all this superficial crap going on anymore. It had its day. We've tried it. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. That was the Six of Swords. Doesn't surprise me. They came flipping out. Comes out with the Eight of Cups. They're both moving and transitioning to something different. That four of swords. I think I should just leave it out on the on a table because it's always coming out with them. I say along with taking this journey and taking these moves and making these bold new strides into this direction, you're going to have to, there's going to be people that are going to have to heal from this. You're going to have to rest from some people because they're not going to understand that you've suddenly cut them off. Because believe it or not, some of these people you're going to be cutting off could be people you actually know. Yes, I have learned that the people who you are closest to, as in family, are kind of sometimes abusive in the way that they communicate with you because they know you. So they bring forth behavior that is not, would not be tolerated anywhere else, and they will also need to be reminded that time needs to be spent in quality mode, in a better frame of mind. Just because you share blood or you've known each other for a long time does not mean that they can abuse the space, right? I understand that people need to vent, and this is what Spirit's saying. People need to vent. Understood. You're not going to be all zen, happy, peace, kumbaya the whole time. No, it's not going to be that way. But there's too much going on the very negative spectrum side. So when the venting and the advice sessions end, in other words, when somebody comes to you and say, I'm so angry and I'm so upset, when this ends, a different vibe needs to take its place. One of rest, healing, and movement towards a better feeling. And if you're not doing that, then everything kind of goes down the toilet, if you know what I mean. You've been in these rooms. You've been in these situations with people who just suck the life energy right out of you. So what they're saying is quality over quantity, absolutely. Time to use what we have. Some people think the solution is completely walking away. I don't agree with that either. I don't really, that's my personal opinion. I think, such as everything in life, everything that is introduced here in this lifetime is an incredible opportunity to use it to our higher good. When computers were first introduced, a lot of companies, when they finally hopped on board with it, used it as a tool to get even more production from their people instead of using it to organize, implement better situations, and then also give more free time to us so that we could have a life. Instead of life slowing down, which is what should have happened, life sped up, and in a work way, not in a good way. So we worked twice as much, made twice as less, became more oppressed. Are you getting what I mean? This is the same with the 5,000 people on your Facebook instead of 200 or 300 that you really connect to, or even 5. It doesn't even need to be that many. Just think of that. Okay? 5 plus 4, 9. Encouragement. Look at that. Right. So I'm going to read that. However, the first thought that I got when I saw this was we need to put ourselves in situations, I'm not going to read it, we need to put ourselves in situation of encouragement. We need to show also the next generation, because this is mama and baby, how to live. How not to spend our entire lives ignoring everybody and everything and say, oh, I don't have time because I'm too busy and I didn't have time to answer you. So we're letting the next generation know as well to reconnect with each other so that they can have relationships. In case you haven't noticed, the next generation is having a hard time building relationships with other people. There's no time. There's attack mode on everything. Honestly, young men, I feel bad for them, especially with the Me Too. They don't know if a smile can be seen as something that will get them in trouble, as something lascivious, instead of just showing interest. It's a very hard life we live in. There is no middle of the road. You want people who are oppressed and have been abused to come forward. I was an abused child. I was very abused. However, you have innocent people who are just looking to build a life and meet people, and they are afraid. There is no balance. There is no this temperance card. So we have to show the next generation. We have to build a better way. We have to reconnect with each other and put people back in a mode of it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to build relationships. It's okay to work at things. It's a long road, you guys. It's nothing small that Spirit is talking about. It isn't anything that's going to be fixed overnight. By far, it's not going to. It's not going to be fixed overnight. It's going to be a long, arduous road. I do see hope. I feel hope in this reading. Gossip with the heart, the green chakra. What came through right away was not only gossip from others, which is what we're talking in social media. There's a lot of sharing of falsehoods, of crap that's no good, and I almost can feel the energy. I know I do these ahead of time, but I can almost feel the energy of you guys watching going, I don't subscribe to the crap that's being spread out there. Absolutely. And it is our job to tell people, I find you are gossiping for nothing. You are not contributing anything good. And discard. Because they need to be reminded that they're behaving badly. This is the thing. It's easier to ignore and go away. But it is important to remind people, like children, and encourage them in a better direction. Okay? Don't engage. Simply put your point across. This is bad behavior. I will not engage. Simple as that. And go. They make it very easy in most platforms to just make people go. So I know for you, you're going to say it's easier to just ignore them, but ignoring them is like letting it's like letting this child in a department store have a ballistic fit for an hour at a time without telling them, stop that. You're not going to get anything that way. Who keeps looking at the child and saying, stop, stop, stop. And the child is disrupting everybody and everything. I know they say you have to be, you can't be mean to children, but there is such thing as pointing out bad behavior. How does anybody know? Do you want this child to grow up and start being rude and treat everybody this way? Always be yelling across everybody to get their way? No. Nobody tolerates an adult this way, yet they tolerate their child that way. You're not being mean to your child. You're showing them that there need to be a better way of communicating. And I never tolerated that as a parent. I would probably be viewed as a very nasty parent, but I also have children who are respectful. They don't do that. They didn't grow up to be adults who were disrespectful that way either. And I'm very proud of them. So the children that we raise today, if we don't teach them and stop them, because what we think people are afraid, or it's fear of what people will say when you tell them they behave badly. It's fear of what people will think if you tell your child and discipline them and tell them that they're behaving badly. This is all about what other people's perceptions are of you. Having 5,000 people on a social media is what people will think of you. Oh, they must be popular. They have 5,000 strangers. It's all perception. Go deeper. Go deeper. Quality instead of quantity. I can't reiterate it more. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here. I don't know how this will go over. Spirit, you guys are going deeper and deeper. But we are light workers. This is, I feel like, mission impossible. Your mission, if you should choose to accept it. I'm just saying, you can have the power to change how you socialize with people on and off media platforms. You can choose, pick and choose. Honestly, I feel like that quality person, because now I have self-worth within myself, and I feel that I'm worth something. And if you're not there, please get there, Pisces. You are. You're so worth all your energy, all the effort. Even though people go at lengths to make you feel like no one. You are someone. I'm telling you, I know you are someone. If nobody's ever told you, you matter. Get that self-worth going. And be safe and secure in yourself when you strive and do these things. And limit your exposure to people and bring in quality people. That you know that when they come in, you're going to bring out the best in them, and they're going to bring the best out in you, and that you are absolutely worth knowing, and so are they. Go for quality over quantity. Okay, I'm done, and I will, no, I'm not done. I want to pull one of these for you. Let's pull one of these. You don't mind, do you? I'm going to keep you here a little longer, right? Oh, well, they don't want to. They don't want to shuffle, do they? Make a wish. Isn't that pretty? I just wanted them because they're pretty. And that's what my intention was when I was shuffling these. I don't really consider them part of, it's funny, I don't consider them part of my oracle deck, which is weird because they are. I just love all the artwork in these, and I find that they're so uplifting and bright. So, completely out left field, make a wish, Pisces. Make a wish today. Wish for something special and beautiful for yourself. You see, this is when they hit me. They're going, of course it's an oracle card, Jane. What's on there? She's blowing a dandelion. We were talking about dandelions. Detox. In the magical herb cards, it's a detox, right? It's also the perfect plan to make a wish. To start new. to make a wish for something better. I'm so sorry, Spirit. I still think they're just very pretty cards. Take care, Pisces. I will be doing your reading later on. You're extended to further talk about this. I hope you can join me. There are ways you can support me in the description box. You're supporting me now by watching, always. I would love for you to subscribe, hit that notification bell to all. Make sure to press like before you go. It really helps the channel, it helps me, and it keeps this free. And that's what I want. I want to keep this free and be helping anybody who wishes it. Take care of yourself. Love, light, and blessings, Pisces.